right, good morning, welcome back. I have returned to the same location that I was shooting yesterday morning, and today there's no wind, so it should make for a really good image. Although the image that I got yesterday, I looked through them at camp last night, and I think I did get one or two images from yesterday. So we're gonna go a little bit different perspective today. We're gonna throw on a little longer lens and try to get a little tighter than yesterday. Now, I've taken a few images with the longer lens at about 100 mil, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and put the wider lens on and really go for that maybe 65 by 24 perspective or a 16 by 9. I really wanna include a little bit more of the trees because there's this beautiful range of color through here. One difference is that it was pretty windy, and I can tell that there's a lot of leaves that have been blown off of the trees between yesterday morning and this morning. So that's okay. It all works. I am waiting for the sun to creep over the back of the hill and backlight everything, which will be really nice. And then once I get that image, we're gonna go ahead and walk down and try to get some close-up shots. So yeah, that's the plan. The sun is just about to pop over the hill here and light up the trees. Did I mention it's cold this morning? I think it's about 30 degrees. As I was standing here waiting for the sun, I looked down this little valley and the sun was cutting across and it looked really nice, but there's some clouds over there that have blocked it out. Tried grabbing a couple quick shots with the long lens, but it is a really neat perspective that I think I might like better than this right here. So I've got the long lens back on, and we're gonna wait and see what that does. It looks really nice, actually. Let me show that to you. All right, so the sun is starting to pop over and light up the first composition that I wanted to grab, but looking down the valley right here looks really neat. So I have the longer lens on. We're at about 100 mil, just looking back down the valley, and it's really nice. And I think, yeah, it's hard to tell. I just need a little more of the trees in the lower section to be lit up, but I don't know. It's gonna take a little bit of time for that to happen, but we'll play with this. I really wish I had like an 80, maybe a 90 mil right now. I think that would be a bit better. The mountains in the background look really nice with the light just raking across. It's really pretty. But right now I'm focused on the first little group of trees right down here, which is really nice. There's a lot going on in this image too. There is a dirt road that goes through there, so there's a little hint of that. But yeah, I think we're just gonna stick on. Well, you can see there's starting to be a little bit more light on the trees over here. Let's yeah, this is tough. It's a tough decision. Yeah, so here's my tough dilemma right now. Do I go ahead and frame back up for this photo, or do I wait? I think I have time. It's gonna be tough to tell. I don't know if I think I'm gonna frame back up because I'm really liking how these trees are starting to light up. And then maybe once the sun gets a little bit higher, so I'm gonna go ahead and frame back up for my original composition, and then we'll wait to see what happens looking back down the valley. So, yeah. Okay, so I have it all framed up. It's looking really nice. We are 1/13 of a second at f/16, ISO 100, but I have a little bit of lens flare that's coming through that I don't like, that we're trying to get rid of here. And we're focusing just on the front bushes there. And they're just lit up, so nice. So I threw the long lens on, grabbed a couple compositions I like, and I went back to the wide angle lens. But I'm not quite sure I like the wide angle because the sun was a little too low. I couldn't block out the lens flare, so I had to add the sun. So we'll see how that works out. But now looking back down the valley, it looks really nice. The trees are being side lit, and off in the distance, the mountains back there look really cool too. So I'm waiting a little bit longer for a few more of these trees down here to get lit up. But yeah, it's looking really good, especially at that 65 by 24 perspective. I don't know why I decided to try that just yesterday, and now I'm really digging it. So I hope I'm not overdoing with it, but it's really nice. And that light just keeps getting better and better. I think the tough thing about this composition right here is the dynamic range is really high, with the far part, the clouds up there is really bright, and then the shadow over here is still pretty dark. So it's starting to balance itself out a little bit, but yeah, I almost wish the far clouds in the background back there were over just a little bit further, because that would be really nice. But those hills in the background just have some nice definition, and it just adds a little more depth to this frame. So we'll show you right here. I know it's a little hard to see, but maybe if I do this as well. I'm focusing just on this little bush here, where f/16 should pull focus through the rest of the image. Like that. Ooh. All right, what a great morning. I think I got two really nice compositions. I think I improved on the composition from yesterday on these trees here. And then just by standing here waiting and looking and being patient, I noticed, I think, another incredible composition looking back down the valley right there. In the lighting conditions, wind, everything just worked out wonderful. So I think Mother Nature has a way of reminding us that patience is a virtue. Went ahead and came down to that grove of trees that I was photographing from up on the road. And I've actually shot photos down here before. I photographed these two trees before from back over there looking towards them. I photographed this group of trees right here behind me from a little further that way, but today I'm gonna go ahead and shoot it backlit and get a nice little sun flare coming through the leaves. So let's try that out. We're just gonna go handheld and have some fun. We're at f16, 60th of a second at ISO 400, and we have the image stabilizing on. There's little breezes coming through right now too, so we're gonna time it between all of that. Really like how this trunk on this aspen stands out. Let's come down even lower. Yeah, I like that. Nice and fun. Grabbed a couple little photos right here, which is absolutely beautiful. The wind is kind of coming and going, so it's just about patience right now. You got plenty of time. The light is still nice, being filtered through the trees. It's so beautiful around here. I actually set up the 360 camera back over in some trees over here, so maybe I'll add a little 360 video to the channel. So I grabbed a couple shots over here, and I think now I've taken some wider shots. I think I want to concentrate on some tighter shots now. So I've gone and I've thrown the 100 to 200 back on, and there's some leaves right here that look pretty cool. So we're gonna try to get a shot of those. We've got the polarizer on. Image stabilizer on to help my shaky hands. I did walk around and grab some small shots, but then I found these trees right here, and well, they just look really pretty. So we're gonna take another wider shot. Bit more. When I first saw the tree, I did take a photo of it direct lit from the sun, and it just doesn't, I don't, for me it doesn't look as good. I prefer the aspen trees to be side lit or backlit because I think it really illuminates them. So I'm gonna take two different photos, maybe three. I'm gonna photograph it from right over here, side lit, but I don't quite like that because there's a big empty space on the right side of the frame and the left side is sort of filled. So I'm kind of iffy. I do like the lighting on it. So I'm going to come back around, photograph it through the shadow and get a sun flare in the back of the tree. And then I'm going to move a little bit further over and do another side lit looking almost the opposite of this first one. Yeah, hopefully it turns out good. So I decided to try something a little bit different here as well. I took one image from up in the shade there, and then I came back. I'm going to go ahead and put the sun in the image as well. There's a nice little, I'm stopped down to f22, so nice little sun star flare coming from that. But I have to be honest, I'm not always happy with the way flares look on the Fuji. Here in the shadow, the tough part is the sun's so high now that it's right at the top of the tree. It almost looks like the star on top of a Christmas tree, but maybe I'll use this as a Christmas card. Not that I ever send Christmas cards out, but maybe I'll do that, and I'll just Photoshop my wife and I in there and pretend this is our Christmas tree. I don't know what I'm talking about. I've been moving around this tree now for, I don't know, 30 minutes, 40 minutes. Just trying some different compositions with the sun in the picture, sun out of the picture, sun behind the tree, sun off to the side. I kind of like this composition right now because I've got this tree in the foreground and then another group of trees back in the back, which is really nice. It might actually end up being a really nice 1-to-1 ratio on there. So, but there's the wind is dying down, almost. I think we're getting pretty close to being finished with this tree. We're just waiting for, just need to wait for the wind to calm down again, and then I think I might try one more image from further that way, but yeah, we'll see. Oh, I think this is it. Okay, what a great day. Sorry, I just started to do my little closing here, and there's been about 10 Jeeps drive by up on the dirt road. They must be hitting some of the more four-wheel drive areas. But my friends, I couldn't ask for anything more this morning. I mean, the wind stayed nice and soft, the trees were brilliant, the sun wasn't blocked out by any clouds this morning. I think I was able to create, 2 or 3 solid images. I've noticed the composition that I didn't notice yesterday when I was trying to photograph this, which I think is going to be really neat, which makes me think a little further down the road, there's a few other little valleys that might be pretty nice to photograph. So I'm going to scout that on my way back to grab some breakfast, lunch. It's almost 11 o'clock now, so yeah, I can't ask for anything more. I hope you've enjoyed this video as much as I've enjoyed being out here creating the images today. And if you have, do me a favor, hit like and subscribe. Leave a comment, let me know what you like and what you think about the images. If you like the one looking down the valley more than the one looking back across, or how you feel about that last tree that I photographed, which angle you like better. Yeah, it's absolutely spectacular. That's gonna wrap it up. Again, absolutely spectacular. I can't, I have a hard time looking at the camera right now because I'm still looking around, just enjoying this. Also hoping that I haven't missed the composition. I mean, I'm sure there's so many more photographs to be made in this area that, yeah, but right now I'm pretty hungry. So I'm gonna head back to camp, grab some food, and yeah, we'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching, and take care.